today in this video, I want to talk about my experience with tarot cards, tarot reading. I believe it's a spiritual tool. It's there to help us and help us along our journey. There's other YouTubers and other spiritual people who believe the same thing, but then there's another divided half that believes that tarot is working against you, or it's not for you, or it's bad for you. Today, I'm going to break the ice, share my thoughts, my opinions, my experiences with tarot. First of all, what is tarot? For those of you who don't know, tarot is basically a deck of cards that you shuffle, and when you shuffle, you ask it like a question, or you'll set your intentions on it, and when you shuffle it, a card will pop out, or maybe you'll flip a card and it's supposed to give you a message or a meaning to kind of help guide you along your path or whatever you're feeling or whatever you're asking. It's like a psychic reading kind of thing. And at first I was very skeptical with tarot, like anybody else. When I first seen tarot, I was probably like a young kid walking in the flea market, and I seen like palm readings and tarot readings. I was always so curious to know what it was. As I grew older and I started to go down my spiritual path and my spiritual awakening and looking into third eyes and looking into chakras and meditation, I came across tarot again. And I think it was for a reading for Leo. It was a general reading for Leo for my month. I don't remember what month it was, but I picked it, and it was a pick card reading, a general reading for the Leo. I watched it kind of like spot on how I was feeling, the energies I was going through, you know, sort of things that were happening in my life. And I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy. Like, how can these readings for Leos, there's so many Leos in the world, how can they be the same? Like, how can that touch me? Like, that was my first wow moment, my first aha moment. Then I started to do more readings, more pick a card readings. Every time I would pick a card, I don't know how, but it would be for me. Like, the message would be for me. It would resonate so much. It would just be exactly how I'm feeling, the energies and everything. It's not meant to tell you what you need to do or your next move in life. It's kind of just a tool to help guide you and help give you like clarity on what you're already feeling, because your soul, your intuition, your mind, your body, it knows all the answers. It already knows what to do. You don't gotta go on Google. You gotta go ask a friend or a family member. You intuitively, instinctively know what to do. And usually tarot will kind of display that for you. It's like that deeply rooted subconscious or gut feeling. The tarot reading will help you bring it out, help bring clarity to it. Because whenever I get my read done, sometimes there's things in there that don't apply to you. That's why they say take what resonates. And sometimes my soul just will hear something and I'm like, yup, that message is for me right there. You know what I'm saying? That I felt that. Tarot readings are kind of like a clarity. It's for clarity. It's to help guide you with a tool. I personally use it. I watch my general readings for my astrology sign. But sometimes if I'm feeling a little off or I'm feeling weird, go check in on my tarot, kind of feel out the energy. I believe in astrology because the universe is like coded in astrology. We pick our name before we even come to earth. That's how deep it is. We pick our name, and each letter of our name carries a vibration to help with our personality, to help with some of our characteristics. It's like this big video game, you know, like we pick it, we set up our character, our avatar, and then boom, we come into Earth. And because the density and the frequency shift from coming to Earth, that makes you forget it. Basically, your memory gets wiped out. And it's like you have to relive this life already knowing the game plan that you created for yourself before, but you got to come here and live it after you forgot everything. But your soul still kind of knows. So that's where the clarity comes up, because you already know, because you set this whole thing up for yourself, your destiny, your life path, all that kind of good stuff, help you learn certain lessons. But sometimes we get lost in this human experience and we forget. Tarot is a tool that I use and that you can use too, to help yourself get clarity. Here is where I want to talk about where probably a lot of the other YouTubers who are against tarot, this is their kind of the reasoning, because they're saying you're giving your power away basically by coming to a tarot reader and saying, okay, like my life is not going good, or my life is going good, or whatever, but what's next? Now you're kind of giving someone your power. You're like, okay, what's next? Now, depending on what they tell you and what you believe from what they tell you, you will create your reality, because you know your reality, you're making it real. So if you're believing it, then it may become real. You may manifest it. So it's kind of like tricky subject. One could say that because a tarot reader says this to you, you manifest it, and that's why it happens like that. But on the other hand, I believe your soul knows, you know what I'm saying? It knows what resonates. So I would advise you guys, if you guys are interested in tarot reading, pick a person who resonates with you. Like, I actually click some readers, and some of them I click with, and some of them I like their energy right away from the video and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to this reading. Some of them I don't really connect with. There's some tarot readers out there who I'll click on and I just don't connect with their energy, what they're saying, I don't feel it. So kind of find the person who you connect with and who you resonate with, your soul tribe, your soul family. Just be careful who you're giving your power to, because if you're giving your power to like a tarot reader who's negative or who's not really for you, or who kind of just spreads bad vibe, then you're kind of giving her the ability to tell you some crazy things about your life, and you're gonna believe it. So Take tarot with a grain of salt. Just know that nothing's written in stone. You can always change your outcome. Nothing that they say is permanent or is actually going to happen for sure. But it's just like energies that are kind of like a forecast of your life, like weathering the forecast. You know, you look at the news or whatever, and you see that the weather for the day is going to be sunny or rainy. They tell you for the week what's going to happen, but it's not always exactly spot on. It could change. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing like your life and tarot reading. It could change. So don't take it like, oh shoot, she said this, now I gotta prepare because this is gonna happen, or they said I'm not gonna get that job, so like I might as well not even try. Like, do what you wanted to do, put your energies, just use it as a tool for clarity and for guidance, but you could always change your outcome. So that's my experience with tarot. That's how I feel about it. You guys could even go, I bought my own deck of tarot cards, and you can buy your own deck from the store, and you know what I'm saying, just practice with it. Practice shuffling it, reading the cards, kind of tapping into yourself, because you can even start to pick up on your own energies. And what's so cool, I forgot to tell you guys this story, and if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, share it with a friend. But moving on, from my experience, when I got such a crazy story, I got tarot cards, right? So this is the times I'm really trying to tap in, and I'm shuffling the cards, and like I'm picking cards and I'm like reading them. Like when I flip them out, I don't know, like it's kind of like you're like a little kid coming up with a story to tell out of these pictures. And it's like when I'm reading it, I'm resonating. It was just so crazy. I was like, wow, like, you know, this and this is happening, this and this is happening. So I started to get really in tune with my cards. They say to get really in tune with your cards. So I'm reading like my sister, I'm reading my mom, I'm reading my dad, I'm reading my girl, I'm reading everybody with these cards, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're getting it. Like, wow, that's so crazy. Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like too, like your mind can, depending on what they say, kind of bend its reality towards the information that's coming, so it can kind of resonate with you. Some people will try to make it resonate because depending on what you say, you can kind of make it and spin it into your life, because they give like general clarity information, but you know what to take from that. So anyways, there's this one time, this is how I really believe in tarot and how crazy it is, and that these readers are really tapping into messages. Because there was this one time a friend came over and she asked like you know, I always tarot. She's like, wow, I see your tarot cards, like, you know, do you know how to use them? And I was like, I'm not really good at it, I just use them like for myself, whatever. I wasn't confident, so I'm not going to tell her I'm a tarot reader. But she's like, no, try to read me. So I was like, you know what, all right, I'll just try it, why not, like who cares? So I'm shuffling the cards, I'm like, okay, tell me the energy and what I need to know for so-and-so's life. Like, you know, she's asking this, she's asking that. So I'm shuffling, boom, cards are flying out now. So I'm starting to read the cards, I'm looking at the cards, and then I'm starting to read them. No joke, put this on everything. As soon as I touched the second card, as soon as I started to read the second card, all I heard was bing, like a big loud fucking ringing in my ear. I was like, yo, what the hell? Like, what the hell? I'm like, yo, you guys don't hear that? They're like, no, like what's going on? I'm like, you guys don't hear that right now. I'm hearing the ringing in my ear. They're like, no, looking at me. I'm like, whoa, like I actually stood up. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And then after like 15, 20 seconds, it went away, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. So I sat down, I just kind of got the chills, and then I started to read the card. Bro, it was like I wasn't even reading anymore. It was just like some kind of spirit guide or some kind of angel or whatever was just speaking through me. Like, it was crazy. Like, I was just going in, telling her about her life, telling her about information she needed. It was so crazy, like crazy experience. So that's how I know, especially once your third eye is open and you have that clarity and you're conscious, that you could really tap into these higher realms and deliver messages and be a vessel for the universe and God to use you. That's what a light worker is. I'm going to make a video on light workers and our soul's mission and our purpose here on earth, because this is a real thing. We're here to raise the vibration, raise the frequency of the universe, the consciousness of earth. We need to do it as a collective. So that's why these light workers and people like psychics or people with special gifts and mediums or people that really tap in, spiritual people, are gifted these things to help the universe. So shout out to all the tarot readers out there and the light workers out there supporting the earth, working on their soul's mission. The world needs us. The world needs more people like you. Continue doing your thing. You know, this is my thing right here. I spread my knowledge and my information and messages through YouTube. I swear, sometimes when I go outside and I'm in nature and I'm ready to make a video, or sometimes even like right now, I'll just be ready to make a video and information will just be coming at me, because the universe is using me as a vessel to get their message across to other people, you know, to the rest of the collective. That is the power of oneness, you know what I'm saying? Because we're all connected. We all learn from each other by sharing our experience.